According to the National Council on Aging, financial exploitation of the elderly causes more than $28 billion in losses each year. So how can you stop it from happening to someone you love? An important question. And joining us now is attorney and legal expert Danielle Mayoras to tell us more. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me here to talk about this.
Ooh, okay, so first and foremost, when we talk about this kind of exploitation, what are the concerns?
It's basically people need to understand that it's any misuse by someone else of money, property, assets, you name it. And this can really affect seniors living off their income to high-profile celebs like Sharon Stone. It was recently reported in the Hollywood Reporter that while she was recovering from her stroke, her $18 million estate disappeared because she was taken advantage of people. And so this is something that affects people of all ages and all different economic levels as well.
So we know it impacts everyone potentially. How common is it though?
Very common. You brought up that statistic about almost $29 billion in losses due to this. And the really sad part is that most of the time, the perpetrators are people that are known to the victims. We're talking family members, caregivers, even trusted professionals like financial advisors and attorneys. So this is a very real concern, and unfortunately, usually the victims are isolated, elderly, vulnerable, or incapacitated individuals who really need help and protection.
And potentially anybody around them could be an opportunist. What are some scenarios you should look out for, any red flags that when you see this, you hear that, you put your guard up a little bit?
Whenever someone's isolated, you always have to be concerned. One of the things we see a lot in our office is when someone takes another individual to the bank and gets added onto their bank accounts or their other assets that they have. Another issue is getting added onto a beneficiary on life insurance policies or wills or trusts in favor of themselves. And granted, sometimes, there's no issue, but other times it is a concern. For example, I had a case I was contacted about where someone passed away and the brother contacted me because lo and behold, on the will and the life insurance, the beneficiary was actually the attorney who drafted the documents.
Wow.
You really have to look out for your loved ones. This is a very real issue that can affect all different types of people.
Oh, that just gave me chills. And that's your field too. So you acknowledging that that happens within your own field. What are some tips for viewers to protect themselves? I mean, is this just one of those things you need to have the conversations early with your parents, elderly loved ones?
Definitely more than conversations. You want to check on those people who are isolated regularly, look over their financial statements regularly as well as your own. We talked about the unfortunate case where the attorney had taken advantage of someone. Every professional you work with, you want to research, you want to vet for yourself and your loved ones to make sure that you are in good hands. And also you can get fraud alerts on your credit cards. There's all sorts of different things that we can do. And as an estate planning attorney, I truly believe it's very important to do that financial power of attorney and trust and name people that you trust. So if someone does take over your finances because you're not capacitated anymore, that is someone that you have faith in.
Very quickly, if someone's hearing this afternoon, their ears perk up and they're like, I suspect a little financial exploitation with this loved one or this family member, where do they go? What do they do?
They can contact our law firm at BRMM Law. I actually have partners who specialize in this. This is what they do each day, every day. And it is so important to find the right attorney because this is an emotional, very complicated area of the law.
All right, Danielle Mayoras, thank you.
Thank you, Rochelle.